right. Okay, so I definitely decided to stream today. It's been a very, very long day. I'm working on the powerlessness video the whole entire day. So we're about halfway done. It's looking out to be like at least a 35-minute video, but I needed to at least work on this today. Again, this video is not going to be done anytime soon because I'm on section 8 out of 24, so God have mercy on the soul. But yeah, I've been working since 5:30 on that video. Everything's done in regards to script writing, automatic captions. Pretty much everything's good. The footage is recorded. It's just putting everything together. So I think I finished up near the 15-minute mark out of like 30. But I just needed to take a break. It's just been a very long day, and I still have to do the analysis for Friday the 13th. So at least I'm getting some of this done today. Okay, so let's read this. When the world becomes a single person, everyone else fades into the background. For Vira, Katalina wasn't just the center of her world. She's the axis around which her sense of self spins. But what happens when the rest of the world tries to reach out? Vira's interactions beyond Katalina, whether with Luane, the crew, Narmaya, or even Gran/Jita, paints a haunting picture of internal fragmentation. She speaks with poise, but it's often hollow. There's civility, but rarely a connection. In these exchanges, we glimpse a woman who knows how to perform socially, but not how to feel it. To Luane, she shows something deeper, animosity laced with contempt. It's not jealousy in a cartoonish sense, it's a rejection of a mirror she cannot control. Luane's open admiration for Katalina represents the kind of emotional freedom Vira was never allowed. Where he is foolish and lighthearted, Vira is intense and restrained. In that contrast, the impossibility of play deepens her alienation. Okay. So that's where we left off last time. Alright. Where can I actually add this? I can say one thing. I'm definitely not looking forward to dubbing this. It's going to be a very, very long video. So, going off of the powerlessness video I just did, that finished up at 10 pages. And I recorded about 40 minutes worth of dubbing before corrections and cutting out all the mess ups. There was a lot of mess ups. Definitely a lot of mess ups. So, from 40 minutes worth of dialogue was shortened down to 26 minutes minus the dub analysis that I have to do. So, give or take, this is probably shaping out to be a 45-minute video. And that's before corrections. Well, that's after corrections. So this is going to definitely be a long one. I'm on page 7, and I'm not even close to being done. This one's probably going to be a video after I come back from leave, but we'll see. Maybe I might bring my laptop with me, because I don't have these files on my desktop at home, obviously, unless I put it on a USB, but that's something I have to deal with next week, because I'm leaving next week. Okay, so Vira displays glimmers of something close to warmth. The quorum is big. Quorum. Even. They are fleeting. fuck? Huh. Interesting. Okay. We'll ignore that. Corroded is a good word to use here. If I can fucking spell. But like I said, I've been sitting down on this desktop, well, this desk for the past, since 5:30 in the morning. Taking breaks, of course, but yeah, it's been at least a more than 12-hour workday in regards to content. Holy crap. Including last night. Last night I did the dubbing. It's today that I did the dubbing last night. I went over it, like 50% of it. Finished it this morning. Did the automatic captions. Got the music. Now it's just I played through the games I need the footage for, so it's just getting it done. It was just a lengthy video because it would have been done by now, but I went into extreme detail. And it's condensed too because I got rid of some parts. Okay, but that's that. I've been just working all day, so I need to actually do some of this today. Our capacity for connection has been corroded by I cannot spell. I have obsession. Every move. It's spell. Katalina becomes. Ooh, wait, we can do it. Wait, everyone outside of Katalina becomes white noise. She acknowledges them. It's never ingratiated. Yep, there we go. It's white noise. She will interact with them out of respect, but that's pretty much all it is. Becomes white noise. Becomes white noise. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Never. Not. But never. Integrated. Integrated actually is used. Yeah, integrated. This is the goal. This is the point. Don't be surprised if I actually do congest this, because if I was having that much difficulty reading 10 pages last night, I'm kind of scared to see how much this is going to be, because if this is section 8 out of 24 at 7 pages, that means if we do 8 more sections, yeah, I think we'll be pushing at least 16 pages, possibly 20. Yeah, that's gonna be like an hour worth of dialogue. Holy shit, probably. So maybe I'll congest it, but if not, I'll just keep things as it is, and I'll just have to deal with it. God help me. Whoa. Okay, never integrated. This is the quiet. Wait, this is the quiet horror of her. Okay, I was about to say, Vira has been shaped. Vira's been shaped to believe that love must, by today's standards, is context. Jesus Christ. Okay, whatever. The game's been solved. Give me 1 second. Okay, that just scared the shit out of me. But yes, context is good. Oh my god. Fear has been shaped to believe that love must be earned. Must be earned. Relationships. That relationships are contracts of value. It's value and performance. I fucking hate you. Fear has been shaped to believe that love must be earned, that relationships are contracts of value and performance. I did not spell that right. That's embarrassing. And even when others offer kindness. This is just me. This is what I believe, at least. This is definitely social dysfunction. Oh my god. There's more to the rabbit hole. Okay. So again, there's definitely more to that rabbit hole. Okay, we'll talk about that in a second. There's always a gap between what she says and what she feels. So wait, there's always a gap between what she says and what she feels. Between who she could be and what her being has allowed her to become. I'm gonna so adjust that. I don't like the way that sounds, but I wanted to actually get into the social dysfunction part because there is a little bit of social dysfunction there. So this isn't just, it is, but it isn't. So hold on. This isn't just social dysfunction. It is there a little bit, but it isn't just social dysfunction. It's just social dysfunction. This isn't just social dysfunction. Tragic reminder that it's a tragic reminder of how trauma, and neuroscience. So it's not Vira Vira, it's not, no, it's not that Vira. It's not that Vira doesn't want to connect. And this is just me going off what I'm thinking. So it's not that Vira doesn't want to connect. It's her emotional collapse. Oh, I'm so cooking right now. Her emotional collapse. Her emotional collapse. No, actually, no. Let's not go with that angle. Her emotional compass actually has been magnetized. Magnetized. I did not spell that right. Magnetized to a single thing. To a single thing. Which is Katalina. So that singular thing is Katalina. Is Katalina. Okay. Alright, so let's actually see how this sounds. So, Section 8. When the world becomes a single person, everyone else fades into the background. For Vira, Katalina wasn't just the center of her world. She's the axis around which her sense of self spins. That is still going to be funny to say, but don't mind me. So, but what happens when the rest of the world tries to reach out? Vira's interactions beyond Katalina, whether with Luane, the crew, Narmaya, or Grand/Jita, paints a haunting picture of internal fragmentation. So I'm going to get rid of that slash. I'm not going to say the slash because I know when I do automatic captions, oh my god, when I do automatic captions, it's going to be kind of a bitch. So Vira's interactions beyond Katalina, whether with Luane, the crew, Narmaya, or even Gran and Jita, paints a haunting picture of internal fragmentation. She speaks with poise, but is often hollow. There's civility, but rarely connection. In these exchanges, we glimpse a woman who knows how to perform socially, but not how to feel it. To Luane, she shows something deeper, animosity laced with contempt. It's not jealousy in a cartoonish sense, it's rejection of a mirror she cannot control. Luane's open admiration of Katalina represents the kind of emotional freedom that Vira was never allowed. Where he is foolish and lighthearted, Vira is intense and restrained. In that contrast, the impossibility of play deepens her alienation. With others, Vira displays glimmers of something close to warmth, respect, decorum, even moments of empathy, but they're fleeting, and always seem to fracture under emotional pressure. Her capacity for connection has always been corroded by the singularity of her obsession. Everyone outside the orbit of Katalina becomes white noise, acknowledged but never integrated. This is the quiet horror of her trauma, the inability to trust that anyone else could be the inability to trust that anyone else could be safe. Vera has been shaped to believe that love must be earned, that relationships are contracts of value and performance, so even when others offer kindness, she cannot fully believe it. There's always a gap between what she says and what she feels, between who she could be and what her pain has allowed her to become. This isn't just social dysfunction, it's a tragic reminder of how trauma narrows the world. It is not that Vera doesn't want to connect, it's that her emotional compass has been magnetized to a single thing, and that singular thing is Katalina. And this is what happens when that's your anchor, you're the only person pretty much in your life, kind of, sort of. And the thing is, like I mentioned before, at least she has people in her life compared to your average basic Yandere that's pretty much by themselves. I've been sitting at this computer desk for the past 12 hours with a couple of breaks, gym and stuff like that. But damn, and that video is still not done. It's halfway done. I'll release it tomorrow, probably. This one's probably gonna be at least another like 2 weeks. Like holy shit, all other projects are pretty much on hold right now because requests take priority, and this was a request. Golden Sun technically is a request, but I need to do outside other stuff with that one. So that one can be placed in the back burner. I'm told this one is actually like a little bit in a better place. Shit. This one's definitely it's getting there slowly but surely. So section 8 seems fine. We can move on to section 9. Let me just bring up my outline because I did not have it up. Give me a second. Okay, so section 9 is gonna be agency and resistance. Huh. Agency and resistance. Okay, that shouldn't be that. I was talking about agency a lot in the other video, so it should be pretty straightforward. So, section 9. I'll probably just do section 9 and wrap it up. I definitely need to get up and stretch because I've been sitting down in the seat for like a long ass time. Okay, in regards to Vira, there is agency there, but it's kind of like weird in her case. It's kind of like there's irony there. So let's start like this and we'll go from here. So there's there's irony there. So there's a cruel irony. I won't even say cruel, but we'll just keep it there just for fluff. There's a cruel irony in Vira's existence. So beneath the surface of obsession, there's autonomy there, sort of. There's cruel irony in Vira's existence. Beneath the surface obsession, there lies an urge for survival becomes. Here's a fun word to use: synonymous. Synonymous. I knew it. Such a fraud. Because synonymous with another person's presence, which again, it's Katalina. With another person's presence. So agency is kind of hard to talk about right now, sort of. Presence. I did not spell that right. Presence. So, now, we can add more to this. Hold on, let me just read this. There's a cruel irony of Vira's existence. Beneath the surface of possession, there lies an urge for autonomy. But when survival becomes synonymous with another person's presence, it's more than that. It's just more. It's literally everything about Katalina that just makes her go goo goo gaga. So, on presence. But when survival becomes synonymous with another person's presence, because there's no agency, freedom becomes indistinguishable. I did not say. Oh my God. Jesus Christ. All right. Freedom becomes indistinguishable. There's a cruel irony of Vira's existence. Beneath the surface of obsession, there lies an urge for autonomy. But when survival becomes synonymous with another person's presence, freedom becomes indistinguishable. Freedom becomes indistinguishable. Freedom becomes indistinguishable from death. Yes. Yes. Maybe. Okay, we'll just go with that for now. Freedom becomes indistinguishable from death. That's a very interesting angle I'm going to go with right there. So, Vira's most violent, possessive acts. Vira's most possessive acts are often kind of misunderstood, but they're usually seen as malice because people just don't look at it. People look at it the wrong way. They see it from the surface, but usually, well, yeah, it's Vira's most violent possessive acts are often seen as malice, read as malice. As malice. So, but if we disregard, but if we look past the surface, they reveal different truth. A different truth. Each. Oh, we're gonna go for a very funny take here. So each action is unconscious. Conscious. Attempt. Okay, let me read this again. There's a cruel irony in Vira's existence. Beneath the surface of possession, there lies an urge for autonomy. But when survival becomes synonymous with another person's presence, freedom becomes indistinguishable from death. Vira's most violent possessive acts are often read as malice, but if we look past the surface and examine things more closely, they reveal a different truth. Each action is an unconscious, desperate attempt to maintain emotional safety. Okay, Sherlock, let's see how the hell we'll see what you do with this one. Always stretch. All right, I definitely got to start wrapping things up soon. I need to actually stretch these old bones of mine because I've been sitting down here all day. Give me one sec. Interesting. All right, so as mentioned, I've been pretty much been working on the other video for the whole entire day. So we're about halfway done in the editing software. The main things are done. It's been dubbed. We've gone over the vocal issues, like the audio. The audio's good. Automatic captions is good. Everything's pretty much good, and we've gotten footage in there so far. So we're about halfway done with it. The video, based off the words, is 26 minutes long with just the words, not including my analysis. We're about at the 12-minute mark in regards to footage, so we're about halfway done in regards to footage. I just haven't added the horror analysis because I haven't done it yet. But definitely by tomorrow night, it'll be done. Depending on what time I wake up. I'll be up early, but because it's probably going to be like 100 degrees in here tomorrow, so I need to get all my stuff out of the way first. So, but I definitely wanted to do at least some of this today because We're on section 9 out of 24, so at least every day I want to do a certain amount of this. Okay, so if you look past the surface and examine things more closely, they reveal a different truth. Each action is an unconscious, desperate attempt to maintain emotional safety. So, Katalina. So Katalina isn't. Katalina isn't just someone she loves. She is the emotional. She is the emotional. An analogy would be good. So she's the emotional scaffolding that keeps Vira upright. Yeah, that sounds good. Did I spell her? Yeah, no, I did not. Scaffolding. It's 2 F's. Scaffolding, yep. That keeps Vira upright. I'm actually kind of happy it was this one. Out of all characters, all Yanderes to do, it was this one. Thank God, because at least I know I know a good amount of Granblue. Not that much compared to your average everyday Granblue scholar. They're out there. They're definitely out there. I'm more the Type Moon guy, but I knew where there's lore, I most likely know lore, and thankfully this was lore that I relatively know. I'm very happy with how the Shigitono Nani one came out. So when it comes to Type Moon, definitely I'm your guy, but again, I just do things by request unless there's something that I really, really want to do. At the end of the day, YouTube's for funsies. As long as it doesn't like conflict with work and other things, I'm glad to do this. All right, protein shake is done for the day. Okay, so she's the emotional scaffolding that keeps Vira upright. So, but if she loses her, it'll be a psychological collapse. So to lose her isn't just to feel her. So loser isn't just to feel heartbreak. It's risk. I think out of any Yandere that could potentially just like go like off the deep end, Vira's probably the scariest one. Not because she's like any better than your average everyday Yandere, is the fact that given how her personality is, given how the fact that she knows how to fight, given that she's a powerful force in the Granblue universe, like Vira's really powerful. She doesn't scale to like Beelzebub, Belial, and all those other guys, but she's definitely up there. She definitely is. Like, she's not someone you would want to like take for granted. Like, if I would be bold to say, she's probably like mid-high in regards to like tier and regards to power scaling. If power scaling is a thing, I'll even put her definitely not dead set in the middle, but definitely like mid-high somewhere. If I can be cute about it, I would put her probably at the bottom of A- going into B+ in regards to like power. That's just me. Again, I don't scale, but I do play fighting games on the side. I do know a thing or two about tier lists. Okay, so to lose her isn't just to feel heartbreak, it's to risk complete psychological collapse. It's like with the Shigitono video. It's like, yeah, Tono with Mystic Eyes is pretty powerful, but imagine Nanaya with Mystic Eyes. It's like, yeah, Nanaya is Jesus Christ. Nanaya is just busted. But Nanya is busted just normal Nanya, but if he had mystic eyes, if he took over Tono's body, yeah, he's cooked. The Nanya that we see is just Tatsuri Nanya for the most part. He's not the one that has the mystic eyes that's actually dormant within Shiki. Well, it's a Tono. So yeah. That's definitely a what if we definitely don't want to see, because all hell would break loose in a comedic fashion. Okay. There is a cruel irony in Vira's existence. Beneath the surface of obsession, there lies an urge for autonomy. But when survival becomes synonymous with another person's presence, freedom becomes indistinguishable from death. Vira's most violent possessive acts are often read as malice, but if we look past the surface and examine things more closely, they reveal a different truth. Each action is an unconscious, desperate attempt to maintain emotional safety. Katalina isn't just someone she loves, she's the emotional scaffold that keeps Vira upright. To lose her isn't just to feel heartbreak, it's to risk complete psychological collapse. Okay, that's good. Let's keep on going with this angle. So, excuse me. The very idea. It would be met with internal resistance. I did not spell that. Wait, no, I did. Resistance. So overwhelming. It becomes terror. So Vira clings. Vira clings. Not because she because she never learned how to exist. She never learned how. I hate you. Not word. Intel drivers, I hate you. You just literally just screwed me up. Vera claims not because she wants control, because she never learned how to exist. Where was I going with this? She never learned how to exist without someone else defining her value. There we go. Defining her value. So, alright, that's good. Because this is supposed to be about agency and fucking resistance. So she has agency, sort of. Yes, she does. All right. I'll just write. Then we'll figure it out as we go. But somewhere buried beneath static of trauma in obsession is, I won't even say plaint. I have a fucking master's degree and I'm coming up with words. Glimmer is too small. Flicker, There is but somewhere buried beneath the static for static of trauma and obsession is flicker's fine. Is a flicker of agency. So Vira, I'm gonna put this in italics. Vira knows. She knows. You gotta give her that much credit. You gotta give her a lot of credit there. She knows what she's doing isn't normal. She knows what she's doing isn't normal. Like, she isn't completely oblivious. Her instability isn't blind. So again, that's already differentiating her from your average basic yandere. The fact that she knows she's not right up here, that's a good sign. Her self-awareness. Again, this goes down into fragmentation as usual. Maybe fragmented, but it's still present. It's there, still present, but it's still present. So she doesn't justify she doesn't justify her actions as righteous. She knows she's being a weirdo. She doesn't justify her actions. Huh. Trying to word this in the best way I can, because again, just the fact that she acknowledges that, just the fact she knows what she's doing isn't normal, that what she does isn't right. That's great. That's amazing. But someone torn. This is a sign of someone torn, but too broken to find another way. Okay, I need to read this again. So, Vira clings not because she wants control, because she never learned how to exist without someone else defining her value. But somewhere beneath the static of trauma and obsession is a flicker of agency. Vira knows what she is doing isn't normal. Her instability isn't blind. Her self-awareness may be fragmented, but still exists. She doesn't justify her actions. She knows what she does isn't right. This is a sign of someone torn, but too broken to find another way. There we go. That sounds good. Okay, and again, it's great, but it's also tragic at the same time. This is tragic. No, this is where tragedy. My favorite word. I overused you today much, but it's all good. This is where tragedy sharpens. So, as healing would require Vira. It would require her to move on from Katalina, which she can't do. Oh my god, I love it. So, healing would require Vira to face the very void. Being cute right now, to face the very void she has been running away from. And running away from. Which is the possibility she is nothing without Katalina. Possibility. Which, again, she definitely is something without Katalina. Like, look at her position. Like, she's worked hard to get where she is at. It's just how she was raised in Albion. It's like her self-worth was just pretty much nothing. Like, she had to build her way up from the bottom all the way up. And it is what it is. My head is actually starting to hurt right now. So we'll do a few more minutes, then we'll start wrapping things up. I'll do about 10 more minutes worth of work, then I'm done working for the day because I've been sitting down too damn long. All right. The possibility she is nothing without Katalina. So, carrying on with that, so even worse. It's scary because your life was, and not your entire life, like your life right now is so like dependent on her. Like, what would have happened if she wasn't in your life anymore? And even worse, she was never allowed to become anything in the first place. So, her love is not about desire. It's not about desire. It's not about desire. It's about, again, survival. It's about survival. It's about survival. It's clinging to the only thing that's keeping her together right now. It's how should I word this? It's about clinging. It's about clinging to the last. To the very thing that is holding her together. Again, there is agency there. There definitely is agency, but it's so like buried. It's so buried in like the mystical space typhoon in her head. Oh my god, I can't believe that they're actually making a meta to revolve around MST. Holy shit. I've lived a very long life. I'm old. I'm tired. Yu-Gi-Oh's weird. As I have my Dark Magician Girl pop figure right next to me. You don't see it, but the army is full of weebs. There's people going around just selling pop figures just to sell pop figures. I have a bad feeling that stack is just that stack is just gonna grow in the next couple of months. Okay. The army is full of weebs. Let's just say that. You see the cars in the parking lot. Never thought I'd see a Hatsune Miku plastered on a hood. There's so much intrigue and disgust, but more so intrigue. Okay, where are we going with this? 751. Okay. We go together. Okay. Clinging. That clinging. In that clinging, she becomes the thing she fears the most. She becomes the thing she fears the most. Which is someone who can't choose. Someone. No, it'd be someone cannot choose. Cannot choose. So, someone trapped in a trauma loop. Hello, James. Where especially James Sunderland, where every act of resistance deepens her dependence. Vira, never go to Silent Hill. Deepens her dependence. Deepens her dependence. I'm gonna do a very, very funny hot take right now. So the greatest cruelty to Vira, is not that she's incapable of change. It's not that she is incapable of change. It's not that she's incapable of change. She is too scared. She's too afraid to survive the cost. I like that. All right. Okay, let's see how this sounds. Okay, so I finished up section 8, so let's start at section 8 and work our way down. God help me, because I've been reading too damn much this past couple of 24 hours. So when the world becomes a singular person, everyone else fades into the background. For Vira, Catalina wasn't just the center of her world. She's the axis around which her sense of self spins. But what happens when the rest of the world tries to reach out? Vira's interactions beyond Katalina, whether with Luane, the crew, Narmaya, or even Gran and Jita, paints a haunting picture of internal fragmentation. She speaks with poise, but it's often hollow. There's civility, but rarely connection. In these exchanges, we glimpse a woman who knows how to perform socially, but not how to feel it. To Luane, she shows something deeper, animosity laced with contempt. It is not jealousy in a cartoonist sense. It's a rejection of a mirror she cannot control. Luane's open admiration for Katalina represents the kind of emotional freedom Vira was never allowed. Where he is foolish and lighthearted, Vira is intense and restrained. In that contrast, the impossibility of play deepens her alienation. With others, Vira displays glimmers of something close to warmth, respect, decorum, and even brief moments of empathy, but they are fleeting and always seem to fracture under emotional pressure. Her capacity for connection has been corroded by the singularity of her obsession. Everyone outside the orbit of Katalina becomes white noise, acknowledged but never integrated. This is the quiet horror of her trauma, the inability to trust that anyone else could be safe. Vira has been shaped to believe that love must be earned, that relationships are contracts of value and performance, so even when others offer kindness, she cannot fully believe it. There's always a gap between what she says and what she feels, between who she could be and what her pain has allowed her to become. This isn't just social dysfunction, it's a tragic reminder of how trauma narrows the world. It is not that Vira doesn't want to connect, it's that her emotional compass has been magnetized to a single thing, and that singular thing is Katalina. Okay, section 8 sounds good. Okay, it's 8 o'clock. I'm gonna drink. Don't drink unless you're an adult. For God's sakes, don't do that. Okay. There's a cruel irony in Vira's existence. Beneath the surface of obsession, there lies an urge for autonomy. But once survival becomes synonymous with another person's presence, freedom becomes indistinguishable from death. Vira's most violent possessive acts are often read as malice, but if we look past the surface and examine things more closely, they reveal a different truth. Each action is an unconscious, desperate attempt to maintain emotional safety. Katalina isn't just someone she loves. She's the emotional scaffold that keeps Vira upright. Upright. To lose her isn't just to feel heartbreak, it's to risk complete psychological collapse. The very idea of letting go is met with internal resistance so overwhelming it becomes terror. Vira clings not because she wants to control, but because she knew she never learned how to exist without someone else divining her value. See, my voice is already getting cut. Sorry about that. But somewhere buried beneath the static of her trauma and obsession is a flicker of agency. Vira knows that what she is doing isn't normal. Her instability isn't blind. Her self-awareness may be fragmented, but it still exists. She doesn't justify her actions. She knows what she does isn't right. This is a sign of someone torn. This is a sign of someone torn, but a woman too broken to find another way. There we go. This is where tragedy sharpens, because healing would. Hold on. I gotta reword that. Healing would require. Because healing would require Vira to face the very void she has been running away from. The possibility she is nothing without Katalina, and even worse that she was never allowed to become anything in the first place. Her love is not about desire, it's about survival. It's about clinging to the very thing that is holding her together. And in that clinging, she becomes the thing that she fears the most. Someone who cannot choose. Someone trapped in a trauma loop where active resilience deepens her dependence. Where the active resilience is. Wait, can I put that there? No, we don't need that. Someone trapped in a trauma loop. Someone trapped in a trauma loop where active resistance deepens her dependence. Yeah, we don't need to put the greatest cruelty to Vira is not that she's incapable of change. She's too afraid to survive the cost. Okay, I think this is sounding good. There's a couple of things I could fix. I'm gonna do some editing after this, but I definitely think we've got this session good. So let me just save this. Okay, so tomorrow when I get the chance, I gotta get that video out. So it's about halfway done. As soon as I'm done getting that video out, I'll continue on doing with this. We're about to get on section 10 out of 24. So we're getting there. We're almost at the halfway point. God help me. But good shit. I will see people tomorrow. Take care, and I'll see y'all later. We out. Have a good one.